then on from long-term rentals to short-term rentals, as you say, basically holiday lets.
Yeah.
And Turkey has not got a settled law on this, but it's now a very common thing, isn't it?
It is very common, and I think we are facing some sort of problems about this short lets. I believe we will have a regulative improvement very soon. But short lets, the problem about the short lets, we still have a debate: is this a private action, or is this a business action?
Yes.
So if it's a business action considered, then you have to have a business registration, tax registration, and have to be paying tax as an operator.
As a business.
As a business. If it's not, basically you will be just declaring the tenants and the incomes, and then you will be just paying the income tax born from the rental income. So
and the overall tax level, if you were to run this as a business, could be quite a lot higher than if you were running it as a private individual.
Definitely, it will be more than and also the liability is changing completely in case of considered as a business.
Now, of course, people own properties; they want to rent them out. They've got to decide which is going to work best for them. But there are advantages to renting short term because the people don't have any security of tenure, and also if you're on holiday for 2 weeks, then basically you will leave at the end of the 2 weeks. You're not going to stay for 10 years.
Exactly.
And you make more money per week renting out in that way.
Yeah.
But the season in Turkey is very short, isn't it?
Yes, it is short. There are a couple of reasons, I think, for that. First of all, I think, I don't know, but we only sell our summer as July and August. Also, on the other hand, actually our summer is starting from April till to the November.
Yes.
And also, over the last few years, Ramadan is coming to the summertime. So the Turkish tourists are not really having their holidays during the summertime.
Yes.
So the season is shortened.
So, but really, if you're renting out your holiday home here for holiday purposes, you'll probably be doing very well if you get 12 or 16 weeks rental in the year.
Yeah, that would be the good average, I have to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you have to bear in mind that, yes, you'll get a lot more per week for the property, but you're only going to be renting it out for a short period of time.
Actually, as we have a house, so I'm a little bit more know about the market. I think it is if you make a short let, it is almost corresponding the long-term rental income per year. So it is almost the same.
Because you're renting it for far fewer weeks and far more vacant spaces. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course the great advantage for someone who has a holiday home is with short-term lets, then they can use the home themselves.
That's the advantage.
That's the big advantage.
Big advantage,
yes.
Definitely.
Yes, even if you don't make any more money out of
Yeah.
it. So you think there are going to be developments in the law here to make it clear about what the status of these rentals is?
Yes, I think why I expect that, because lately, because of this security issues all over the world, our government is now trying to keep the wreckers who are staying in the short lets. And it is very difficult because...
So, let's just explain that, because of course if you stay in a hotel in Turkey, then the people who own the hotel have to file a daily report with the police saying these are the people who stayed here, these are their passport numbers, this is the date they arrived, this is the date they're going.
Exactly, for the, keeping the records. I think it's the same all over the world.
And that doesn't happen in the case of tourist lets, short-term lets.
And this is why our government is now trying to keep the records of the short lets, because basically it is used with the same purpose of an hotel.
Yes.
So
yes.
So there are some
and the hotel operators are usually quite powerful people. They don't like it because they're saying, look, this is unfair competition. I'm paying all this tax, you're not. I've got to have all of these safety standards that you don't have to have. This isn't fair.
Yeah, this is, and this is why I'm saying I think we definitely need improvement on our codes about this matter fairly soon.
So if someone is wanting to rent their property out on a short-term basis, well, it's okay at the moment, but you just need to be alert to the fact it could change. And if you're thinking of buying a property with a view to a long-term business of running it out as a short-term lettings, then maybe there's a lot of uncertainty in the air there.
I would say it is already like uncertain in
Yes.
terms of like a taxation. So I would be prepared to face with some huge tax bills and huge like changes in your like plans. I mean, you may need to set up a business for just this purpose. Yeah.
And of course, another thing you might want to do, because I'm a bit of a fan of this, is you might want to look at, if you're only using it for 3, 4, 5 weeks a year, you might want to think about turning it into a fractional ownership. We have a separate video about that.
Yeah.
Although that has its own problems as well. Başak, thank you for that.
Thank you, John.
As ever, very clear. Hope you found that useful, and as we always say, if you did, please like this video and follow the channel. Do remember that Başak is the joint author of our book about how things really work in Turkey. So if you're interested about Turkey, please buy a copy of that. And whether you buy a copy or like us or not, we will look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye.